Good morning, children. Welcome to our history class. Today is the last section of the Delhi Sultans. Okay, third chapter, Delhi Sultans. And last day we are studying about the administrative methods of Delhi Sultans. And in that we discuss about Bandagan and Ikta and Muktis and various administrative officers and governors, how they appointed, and all these things we discussed. And the various taxes imposed by the Delhi Sultans also we discussed. And the last point, that is the Mongols attacks under the Genghis Khans. Always these sultans faced a challenge. Okay, that is attack from the Mongols. Okay, that is one of the important challenge faced by the sultans. So that is why this forced the two rulers to mobilize a large standing army in Delhi, which poses a huge administrative challenge. That is one of the important administrative challenges. And many other administrative challenges, that means internal problems also there is. The local chieftains and aristocrats, nobles also, they are sometimes making problems. So today we can see all these problems, how they faced these problems. Okay, and these administrative challenges, mainly Alauddin Khalji and Muhammad bin Tughlaq, two very important Delhi Sultan's rulers. Okay, different dynasties. Alauddin Khalji is a Khalji dynasty, Muhammad bin Tughlaq, Tughlaq dynasty. Okay, so we can look at about them. Okay, first of all, Alauddin Khalji. Alauddin Khalji was the most powerful ruler of this dynasty. Uh, he he was the first Turkish Sultan to build an imperial empire in India that gained name and fame and the touch highest like never before. Then Alauddin Khalji quite illiterate. Okay, so he didn't study much. But Alauddin Khalji was a great patron of art and literature. There were many great poets and scholars in his court. Among them was very Amir Khusru and Sheikh Ruknuddin. All these people were served the great poets. Okay, they were served Alauddin Khalji. Okay, so that is about Alauddin Khalji. Alauddin Khalji had a well-equipped, trained, disciplined, and motivated army. He had a strong vigilance cell to keep a watch on their activities. Okay, that is another one important administrative method. That is, Alauddin Khalji had a well-equipped, trained, disciplined, and motivated army. Okay, and there is vigilance also for checking all their activities are going on well or not. So that Alauddin Khalji appointed vigilance also, checking all this administrative system going well or not. Okay, for that. Then economic measures of Alauddin Khalji. Alauddin Khalji gave orders to measure all land which was under cultivation. The land was divided and land revenue fixed according to fertility. Garage. Okay, last day we discussed that is, we studied that is about the garage. So Alauddin Khalji gave orders to measure all the land which is under the cultivation. The land was divided and land revenue fixed according to the fertility. So these lands were divided. How which land is good and which land is giving good production and which one is not fertile. All these things measured, and according to the land fertility and production, he fixed the taxes. Okay. Alauddin increased the taxes on the farmers of the Doab because that is a fertile land. That is why Alauddin Khalji increased in Doab region taxes. Then Alauddin Khalji fixed prices for artisans of food and enforced them rigorously. He built vast stores of grains in Delhi. In these stores, grains were stored and sold at retail prices. Everything from grocery items to fresh vegetables, fruits, to horses, slaves, caps, shoes, combs, and even needles was priced. So each and every things he goods he priced. Okay, which how much is all these things fixed prices given to each and every goods, even needle also. So this is known as the market control policy. Okay, so this is Alauddin Khalji's market control policy, fixed all the prices for the all the goods. Okay, that is about Alauddin Khalji's market controlling policy. Then the administrative, economic and military reforms of Alauddin Khalji clearly show that the Sultan was not only a military genius but also an efficient administrator. So Alauddin Khalji was an efficient administrator because the administrative and economic and military reforms of Alauddin Khalji clearly show that the Sultan was not only a military genius but also an efficient administrator. So that is about the Alauddin Khalji. Very powerful ruler, ruled in Delhi and expanded territory in southern part and northern part all over the subcontinent and strengthened the country. And the economic measures is very good because even the all kinds of things he measured and fixed the taxes and all these things happen. And even ration system also started. That is a ration system when the farming are happening, that time ration system with the less price he was giving and this rice and things, all these things. Okay, so that is that much good administrator. Okay, then about Tughlaq dynasty. Okay, Tughlaq dynasty is a founder Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq and a very important ruler, very famous ruler, that is known as Muhammad bin Tughlaq. Muhammad bin Tughlaq. Okay, Muhammad bin Tughlaq. He was also known as wise fool. Wise fool. Buddhimanaya Viddi. Wise fool. Why he was known as wise fool? Okay, because his Muhammadin Tughlaq was a brilliant scholar and a great patron of learning. He was a genius so much so that he was ahead of his times when it came to formulating policies. He was a knowledgeable person and well versed in astronomy, poetry, philosophy, and mathematics. He was a very powerful ruler. He had a high sense of justice and had an open and progressive mind. That is about the Muhammadin Tughlaq because he was very genius, very good in studies. He have well knowledge person and well versed in astronomy, poetry, philosophy, and mathematics. Then he was a very powerful ruler. He had a huge sense of justice and had an open mind. Okay, so why then also why this ruler is was known as wise fool Buddhimanaya Viddi, because some of the economic measures and some kinds of methods used for taking tax, all these things become some kinds of problems. Okay, that is we are discussing. Okay, today now we can discuss. First one is that taxonia in the Doab. The Doab region, taxation in the Doab. The Doab region was the most fertile region. It yielded good quality crops. The Sultan raised the land taxes in the Doab region for increasing the revenue collection. But the time was not right. It was time for serve famine. The farmers were not in a position to give such high revenue. As a result, a large number of peasants abandoned their land and went elsewhere while some of others revolted. So that is a consequence. The Sultan finally discontinued the measures. Okay, so what is happening here? Alauddin Khalji also increased the taxes in the fertile land like Doab region. But when this Muhammadin Tughlaq increased taxes, that time in that area great famine and flood has happened, and so that the good production is not happened. Okay, that time who are increasing the taxes? Muhammadin Tughlaq increasing the taxes, so it makes problem. At last, it make to revolt and many landed agricultural peasants they went away from that area. So as a consequence, the Sultan finally discontinued the measure. Okay, this measure discontinued. Okay, then another one is the shifting of the capital. Another mistake was the Sultan decision to shift the capital from the Delhi to Devagiri, which is renamed Daulatabad. The decision spelled out shifting on the royalty along the common people. This was not only impartial but highly expensive for the royal. So what is the shifting the capital from the Delhi to Devagiri? Okay, that is another one important mistake happened from the Muhammadin Tughlaq, because this Delhi is a northern part of the side of the Indian subcontinent. So Devagiri means almost in Deccan, that means central area. So he was thinking that when in the central India he was making a capital city, that time he can rule well. But this is also make a huge money expense. Okay, so that is a one mistake, and at last he need to withdraw the things. Then another one is that introduction of token currency. Okay, the introduction of the new token currency was a Himalayan blunder committed by Muhammad bin Tughlaq. The Sultan, on finding out that there was a shortage of silver in kingdom, decided to issue bronze and copper coins as a token currency in 1329. These coins were minted for day-to-day use. Okay, so another one is that like token currency. What happened? Sultan feel to that is shortage of silver. So instead of that, Sultan gave copper and bronze as a same value. So that is a great mistake happened. Okay, like our paper currency, but at that time he was thinking about that, but it is not good at that time. So that is why the same value, that is means silver, this bronze and copper is equal to silver, and like that Sultan declared. So that is also is a great blunder, Himalayan blunder of the Sultan. These are the that is why this person was known as a wise fool. Okay. Then in your textbook, different kinds of measures is given. Alauddin Khalji, Delhi was attacked twice in, so that is as a Alauddin Khalji raised a large standing army. Same thing, Muhammadin Tughlaq also, Sultanate was attacked in the early years of the Muhammadin Tughlaq's region. The Mongol army was defeated. So there is also therefore this Muhammadin Tughlaq also raised a large standing army. Then another one is the Alauddin constructed a new garrison town named Sidi. Here Muhammadin Tughlaq, rather than constructing a new garrison town, what was he was doing? We discussed that is all the cities of Delhi was emptied of its residents, and the soldiers garrisoned there. The residents of the old city were sent to the new capital of Daulatabad in south, shifted capital from so Alauddin Khalji for the administration, easiness of administration, found the garrison towns, but this Muhammadin Tughlaq shifted the capital city to the Delhi to Devagiri. Then other thing you can read it there, the soldiers, all the other kinds of measurements. Okay, so that you can read it from the textbook, and if you have any doubt you can ask to me. Thank you.